So next on in the Gadget showcase of today, we've got a device developed by Bitdefender. It's called Bitdefender BOX, and it protects all the devices in your home. Dan Berte here, its UX manager, is going to take the stage to make a product demo, and later on he's going to teach us how to design great hardware from Silicon Valley. Dan?
Thank you. Hey, how's it going? Is everyone back from lunch yet? Everybody had their coffees? This is just a simple product presentation, and I invite you all and get your friends as well to participate to the second presentation about how we built the product, because it's going to be hopefully very interesting. Now, how many of you here have not heard about Box? Okay, so a few hands. We can work with that. Perfect. How many of you here have more than 3 devices in their homes? Just about everybody. Okay, cool. Now, we created Bitdefender. You know, Bitdefender is a security company, and we've been doing this for a long, long time. And about a couple of years back, we decided we wanted to spread our wings and provide more security to more products that we have in the home, not just your PCs and your Macs and your Androids that you would normally you wouldn't normally have protection for. So it's why we decided to put protection on the network, on the Wi-Fi router at the home. Now that's how it looks, and you've seen it, but this is how the package looks, and this is what you would find inside. It's a simple physical product that sits in the home network. And that's what you need to put it together. Now, this is how your usual setup would look. You would have a router, you would connect it to it, or if you wanted, you could also use Box as a router itself. Historically, Bitdefender, as other security product vendors, had this obsession about creating products that had a scan button. You know, they would just go in there and to check if everything was okay. And we said that was stupid when we designed Box, so we just gave it all up. It was stupid. So we decided we wanted to have simple security that just worked off the bat. You don't have to do anything, and it will notify you what's going on. And that would have to work for each and every device that you might have. So that includes anything from smart TVs, your PCs, your Macs, your game consoles, your iPads, because iPads and iPhones have no way to be protected other than at the mercy of Apple. Now we can solve that too. So here's a few of the things that make Box powerful and important. It provides threat protection, which means it stops malware and scams and phishing and other online threats that reach your devices on the network itself, and then it can do so for an unlimited, basically, number of devices. This is cool because it's simple and lightweight, and it doesn't strain the devices themselves. Now, you could also install a feature called local protection on certain devices, which puts the whole power of Bitdefender engines on those devices. And what I mean by this is if you had a PC or a Mac or more advanced computers that needed more protection, local protection provides just that, a little bit of that engines right on that device, which is really cool. And adding to this, because you were gonna ask, hey, what's going on if I leave the home? How I'm going to stay protected? Well, this is cool. For certain OSs, we provide private line, and private line is a feature that enables a secure, private, and scanned connection to that device. For example, my iPhone in my pocket is connected through private line to Box, and that traffic is now scanned and private and basically safe. So my iPhone is good to go, even if it's not at home. And this is really cool. And this is a brand new thing. Now. Since we have access and control to all the devices that are listed in the home, all the devices that are connected, and we can do all these things to them, we thought it was a cool idea to just add features such as device management and integrity, which means you can do different things with those devices. For example, on my iPhone, I can lock it or wipe it. If you had an Android, you could even see it on the map. You could clean up the space on your PC, and a bunch of other features that we can just totally build in as the time goes by. This is really cool, and you'll see more features like this, which are more than security, but add to it. If you installed Box, you would manage it via a mobile app, which is great because that's always in your pocket. Here you see a photo of the Android app and the iPhone app. Now these apps, what they have is when they open, they have a little snippet of how your network looks like that day. You know, what kind of traffic, how much traffic you had, and a little bit of the details on that. Now moving forward, you could also see a list of devices. Which is great because normally Box informs you of what you need to know, what's important about of your devices through a notification layer. But then if you wanted to dive in and see more, you could just go in here and see, this is actually my devices at home. You see the iPad, that's my brother's iPhone, then that's my Philips Hue lights, my smart lights, my Piper camera, then my Apple Watch, and so on and so forth. And then if you wanted to dive in, you would have a special device card that would allow you to do more actions. In this case, what I'm doing here is I'm freeing up some space on my Mac, and I tap the cleanup button, and then this routine runs, and up goes a notification to my watch, and they say, hey, you know, your Mac has more space free now. And then I dive in the application. Here's a notification screen, and I can see that my Mac has a lot more free space than before because we run this routine. This is how notifications look. Now, this is, for example, an action card for my iPhone. If I lost or I can find my iPhone, I can lock it so I can prevent other people from getting access to it, or I can wipe it remotely. If this was an Android device, I would also have a little map in there, which is kind of cool. Now, if I hit lock, of course, my iPhone would lock instantly, and that is, you know, pretty cool. Now, this is my Mac, and I was browsing to this rogue website, and Box blocked it. That's the page that gets displayed. The best part about this is that the Mac wasn't even on my Box network, it was actually connected to private live feature that I mentioned earlier. So this was protected on the go on some Wi-Fi. And now what you can see here on the right is not a lot of detail, but there with the notifications, you would see that a couple of days back, Box looked for malicious files on my Mac, and it found them on my spam folder in the email, in the mail account, and then deleted those. And I got these notifications, and that also got them to my phone, which is kind of cool because I wasn't at home and I wasn't connected to Box, but then it all got cleaned up and nicely, and I was just notified, hey, everything's fine. So basically, what you're looking at is the simplest possible way to protect your whole digital lifestyle that you couldn't possibly protect before by just installing a little white box in the home that kind of takes care of everything. And it's also formidably easy to expand for us, to build upon, to actually offer more protection for even those devices that did not have any protection at all. I also prepared, at some point, I had prepared screenshots with the same thing working on the Kindle, and then the Smart TVs, and then whatever PC, but I was like, you know, I cannot get screenshots of every single device out there just to show that it works with everything. It does. So trust me on that, and follow me later when I will walk you through, in maybe 20 minutes or so, in the next presentation about how we built it. So that's it. Thank you.
Let's take one question now.
Oh, yeah, questions.
If we have one question over there.
Hello.
Hi.
Do you have competition for this device?
Great question. No, we don't. And in fact, whatever we have so far, we've launched it almost a year ago, and we're selling in the US, only in the US right now, which is just temporary. That's getting fixed. But competition has been showing signs, and do you work with them? Okay. Sorry? Yet, okay. So we have signs. Some of our competitors are already putting out ads in Indiegogo pages and stuff like that about their products that are upcoming, you know, sometime next year, maybe. So, but at least what's great about it is that they kind of build them around the same concept of ours, which makes it, you know, makes us feel very good about the fact that we kind of got it right 2 years ago. So we have a couple of years advantage, yeah.
Thank you very much. You'll have the question to ask Dan more questions after you'll have the chance to ask more questions.
When are you going worldwide?
That's a difficult question because it implies a bunch of changes that we need to do, improvements in the product, which means we're talking about a cloud component that has to be built for all the regions, so this works flawlessly everywhere. And then we're talking about all the hardware issues about certifications and the plugs and so on and so on. So these are doable and they're on our radar, but then decisions as to where we expand, and of course Europe shortly, and then probably Asia, we won't say right now because we don't have that out yet publicly, but we're working on it. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. You'll get the chance to ask Dan more questions after his talk. Thank you, Dan.
Thanks.